start to catch up with this nostalgia match. Touch football between Queensland and New Zealand. Dropping the ball a lot. It's been pretty hectic. They've run into probably one of the wettest times of the day too.
Wayne Roberts came on then. There he is on the sideline, raced on to report an incident. John Sattler walked over, so Wayne Roberts decided to race back off again. He didn't want to get too close to him.
Some big names here. I'll just go through them. The New South Wales side, John Sattler, the captain, Ken Irvine, Graham Langlands, Bob McCarthy, John Morgan, John O'Neill, Johnny Raper and Gary Stevens. And for Queensland, Artie Beetson, captain, John Grant, Johnny Lang, Rod Morris, also Barry Muir, Greg Oliphant, Mark Thomas and Greg Beavers. There's Langy away from typical dummy half burst. Johnny Grant. Langy again. Here's Big Arthur. Turn it back inside to Thomas. There's Thomas there. Johnny Grant losing it.
Looks like Peter McQuirter might be out there. Is that Squirter? He might be a bit of a ring-in.
He's a ring-in. Remember, I had trouble picking him up. Yeah, it's definitely Peter McQuirter. Here's Sats, the mangler, trying to find his way through. But look at those legs. No wonder people had your feet trying to wrap your arms around those. Terrific. Gary Stevens about to play the ball. McCarthy played it and then taken by Stevens. Kenny Irvine. Big Arthur, doesn't he look a sight? Greg Beavers.
He moved well from dummy half then, didn't he?
Playing over the top to Beavers again. Big Arthur. Oh, boy, goodness. McQuirter to Muir, who's lost it. I bet Rapes will have something to say about that. Now it's gone again. Having trouble standing up, some of these players. They just put the foot on it. Bit of fancy stuff coming on here.
John O'Neill, Gary Stevens,
Morgan, Irvine.
I don't think you even want to make a break, Bill. It's too far to run.
Big Arthur going for a steamrolling run up the middle. He looks worse when he's wet. It's possible.
He must have classed it as a try.
It must have been a try over that line there, down to the quarter lines, eh?
Arthur decided he didn't have to run the distance. The break was enough.
He timed his run well.
He's looking for a reserve.
Johnny Raper tripping him up. It's a pity the weather's like this, so it would have been quite interesting to see some of these boys strolling out, going through their paces.
Well, all credit to them, Bill, I think, for even getting out there. Of course, it's one thing playing rugby league in this, and you tend to get completely involved in the game and tend to ignore the cold and the wind. But you're running out there occasionally, having a bit of a game of touch football, they'd certainly be feeling it, and be surprised that they have a couple of coldies or a couple of rums afterwards just to ease the pain.
That'll be Thomas. Beavers, then going to be lost over in the centre by Rodney Morris.
There's a lot of these players now are the critics of today's players, and the handling hasn't exactly been terrific.
Well, I think they've got an excuse today. Big Arthur going for a bit of fancy stuff. He's been watching Wally.
Oops.
That's
noticeable that the majority of them have looked after themselves fairly well and are quite fit.
Oh, Garbo putting a bit on Langlands. Oh. I think Sats is... oh, no, Gary Stevens has got some white ones on too. I thought Sats might have been trying to stand out.
I know it's Graham Langlands, hasn't?
No, I think he's banned white shoes forever in his makeup, hasn't he? Here's Big Arthur from dummy half. He likes that. Can direct it from there.
So they're wearing each other down. Fitness could tell the tale.
Morgan almost through. I think the hardest thing is once they make a bit of a break is either to stand up or pull up. Big trouble there. As the rain tumbles down. Just a reminder, we do have football coming up this afternoon. Brothers and Valleys, if you've just tuned in, the early match today. Central Queensland defeated the Gold Coast by 8 points to 4. 8 points to 4. Central Queensland defeating the Gold Coast. There are no changes to the teams for the main match.